Hello, and welcome back to a personal code of conduct. This is Daya as usual, and I have decided to stop lying to myself. I have content addiction. That is what this whole thing is about. Me self-diagnosing my content addiction and trying to do something about it. I have taken the first steps, and I'll talk about it. Like, go on. Oh fuck, now airplanes. After I avoided the rain. Like, I'll go on and on about why what's the word I'll go on and on about why I was lying to myself, why I was lying to myself, what I'm going to do to solve it, because the whole main thing is that I'm lacking in creation. Consumption is completely different from creation. So yeah, that is going to tackle her content addiction. Then we might go into other topics like what content have I been consuming, like actual fun topics, and what I've been reading and what have you. And yeah, so enjoy. This is the audio is going to be bad. Okay, and let me tell you a quick talk about how my audio was trash. So I fucked up my mic yesterday. It turns out like my phone wasn't receiving audio. Like, I don't know, for some reason it only receives audio for calls, and it wasn't receiving audio for like recording stuff. I only had to use the mic. It was a Bluetooth mic. Then I fucked up. Another reason why I woke from my content consumption I don't know, craze, is I fucked up my very expensive, okay, not expensive in the third world sense. It's basically I spent money I did not have to buy these headphones. So like my expensive headphones, based by Dio's current income level, which is 0, I fucked up my expensive headphones. Which, like, the mic was really nice, but like the recorder wasn't just working out. I fucked it up by consuming content, because I have this thing where, like, if the content is very engaging, I usually pause it and go on a very maladaptive daydream surrounding that content. Like, it has been with web novels, with whatever, and I wasn't looking, and I fucked up my headphones. I was there with tape, and I'm just angry at myself. Like, what kind of fuck. It just makes me angry thinking about it. It still works perfectly, but like, I'm disgraced. But it no longer cops my head anymore. So I'm just like, my expensive headphones. Because they did not have sense. So like, that really gingered me that you cannot just say that you have a content addiction. You have to take steps. And also, like, I have no money, so I can't be spending like 15k on internet that is not unlimited, like, every month. That's irresponsible. And I'm still waiting to resume at my new place, so there's that. So yeah, this is me airing out my laundry onto the internet, not knowing whether I'm anonymous or not. Like, I'd like to think that the only thing you know about me, like, other than people that like know me, the only thing, like, random people who don't know me know about me is that my name is Dairo. But like, I've probably mentioned my surname, where I live, where I work, everything at this podcast, because I do barely any editing, and I just keep going on off. So yeah, a personal code of conduct, and I'm going to give an update of the things I said I was going to do last week. I actually did like reasonable amounts of them, and also, like, there's one thing that time is going like really fast, but like, I'm not anxious like when I was like in my previous place, like terrified that, oh my god, it will be another week. As like, time is going much faster than when I had a job. Like, when I had like an active job, like I technically do have a new job, but like haven't resumed. So it's like, time is going much faster, because I'm like just walking, talking, consuming content, and like time is going like so much faster. But like, I am not anxious for the future as it is when you're doing something. You just realize that even though I know time feels faster in this way that I'm just currently vibing, it doesn't fill me with anxiety as to when I was doing stuff I didn't want to do. So yeah, we'll go on to me talking about like the history of. I'm like I said, this is a personal code of conduct. This is me arranging my life. So basically, remember, there's barely any research. I'm not trying to teach you anything, and hopefully, the audio of this one is better than last week. First we begin with like the diagnosis, like how I decided it was content addiction, not social media addiction, not phone addiction, not YouTube addiction. I think it's content addiction, and I'm going to say I've always been addicted to content because in that sense, like the main reason why I would rather say that I have content addiction rather than the other addictions is what I'm consuming. Like recently I went over like I've already mentioned before, like the things that prompted me to realize that I am too poor to be living this lifestyle. I have set a challenge for this month that the current 19 gig I have, I'm going to use it throughout from now to the end of June. That is my challenge. I know I'm probably going to fail, but that is my challenge. How can I be using 50 gig of data every month? It doesn't make any sense. Like at all, it doesn't make any sense. Like I'm lucky that MTN keeps giving me like a lot of stuff and I end up spending like 7k. But like until I can afford to have like in-house Wi-Fi, I'm using an irresponsible amount of data, and I'm not even going to deny it. Especially so like the main reason that is prompting me to fix my addiction is that I cannot financially sustain my addiction. So why, like, let's go back to the question, why is it content addiction rather than YouTube addiction? The two main things that I realized that was consuming most of my data was YouTube and Instagram. The Instagram I was very shocked about because I literally only look at memes, artists, and I won't say fashion people who dress very artistically. So it doesn't have to be, oh yeah, I also do like aesthetic bodies, but like I don't like, I'm seriously wondering how I use so much data on Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person. I literally downloaded the Instagram app because I wanted to post to Instagram, and like obviously I immediately, like the moment I saw my awakening was, like I said before, the destruction of my headphones due to my maladaptive daydream and me getting incredibly angry and ashamed and disgraced about my idiotic behavior. Was so the whole thing was me going on a purge. Like right now I have, how did my YouTube like consumption even start? Well, I wasn't using the main YouTube app. I was using YouTube Go, and I still have YouTube Go, and I don't require that much data. But it was now the needing to like see what other people were saying about the content, like to be more interactive with the content. Like it said like a couple of times, then I got a new phone, and the YouTube app on it was more intuitive. Then I started pumping a shit ton of data into YouTube, and I was like, I didn't used to give a shit about comments. Like, what kind of rubbish is this? And because like the quality and like the overall, that app is just better, and there's like better algorithm, like that app was just better. So I just stayed on that app, but that app was also more data intensive, and I'm like, poverty is calling my name. So I just realized how long coming, Jesus. This is and another thing is I'm actually using a lot less data than I did when I actually have a day job, because when I had a day job I was what's the word, I was listening to podcasts while I worked, I was streaming music while I worked, I was like anything to just do my tasks. And I do like talking, obviously, hence the podcast, but like I was using a shit ton of data. Like I could use 80 gig a month on mobile data. Or like I don't live in a country where I could just I know I'm just like going up and down, going left, right, but then again, this is unscripted, this is just talking. I literally spend 80 gig because MTN is spoiling me. Like I spent 80 gig on data in a month. No, 90 gig. Like, that's the one thing that scares me, is like the moment my data availability goes up, my consumption just drives up. It's like, I think my biggest problem is, other than my content addiction, is the fact is that I look for ways to spend more money. Like, not money in a sense, to spend more data. I remember the first time I was able as an adult to afford Glow 4.5 gig. I think it was, and I used this for an entire month reading a shit ton of manga on operamini. Like, the new operamini is using way more data. I miss my old operamini. I have literally tried to take it from every goddamn phone I've had because it uses so little data. Like, I wasn't asking for like giant, but the thing is that a lot of websites that I use are improving. So like they're no longer accepting that browser. So I was forced, I was coerced, I was made to get a different Opera Mini. Even then, I don't even think Android, the current stuff of Android, and I have a tendency to hold on to apps that are no longer, like YouTube Go, you can no longer find it on the YouTube app. So I literally make sure I move it from like phone to phone. Then my old Opera Mini, I know it's definitely on my old laptop because I think I might go back to using that. But the thing is that it was so uncomfortable to use. And the combination of MTN giving me like 3.5 for 24 gig and me being like, okay, like this Opera Mini has gotten too uncomfortable to use because websites are no longer accepting it and everything is going to hell. So I was like, let me upgrade my Opera Mini. That was like, I feel the start of my data consumption craze. Also, I got a new phone. I don't know, I feel Xiaomi is consuming a lot more data than Infinix. So like, I went and I got a new phone and I was like, what? Wow, I'm consuming a lot of data, like a lot of data. Like literally, this month hasn't ended. What's this month's date? This is what's the worst? At the 30th of May, and I have consumed a whopping 51 gig this month. Meaning I have bought 3.5 data 3 times. I'm currently on my my third 3.5 data, and I'm setting a challenge to hold that data till the end of June. What have I done? Airplanes. I've literally decided to, I know I'm jumping to the solution and not even properly talking about the problem, but it's a personal code of conduct. Die of shame. So I've literally decided to get, Instagram was ridiculously easy to get rid of. Like, I don't give a shit about Instagram. I'm surprised I use that much data. I was even thinking, okay, YouTube is my only problem. Then I went to actually check it. I was like, Instagram for where? I don't give 2 shits about Instagram. But like, I got rid of Instagram and then I was able to get like my professional accounts that I want to post to spread information about like skin health and other stuff. I got that on my Chrome browser. So like, yeah, even my personal account I've abandoned. Okay, it's not really my personal account. My personal account is supposed to be like a podcast account, but I was like, fuck. I've abandoned that for now, and I'm leaving the skincare on my browser. So I was talking about how I came about deciding that it was content addiction rather than. The thing is that it's not that I'm afraid of my own thoughts. I know it goes like, this is very choppy, but that's just the way I sound. Think I have a content addiction. This is very long-winded. That is English is trash, that is Yoruba is trash. Kilo, one more, like, what do you know? So which one do you now know? Your English is trash or Yoruba is trash? Which one do you now know? I don't know. I know like Yoruba English or Ingyor. So I decided to what kind of bullshit am I saying? So like, Dara is currently on a social media cleanse. It was ridiculously easy to get rid of Instagram. I was kind of disgusted in myself. Like, Instagram of all things. It's not like I feel like Instagram. It's just, like, what was I doing there? Like, looking at art, looking at aesthetic, like clothing and stuff. I'm like, when I have money to go and buy the clothes, I will go on Pinterest and like create an aesthetic mood board, that kind of stuff. So where was I was talking about what I'm currently doing. So I've restricted data on my expensive YouTube app, but I'm going to be using YouTube Go. Like, comments can go and fuck itself. I'm here for the content, not the interactiveness of YouTube. So like when I can finally afford shit again, maybe that's I'll what's the word, like unrestrict my expensive YouTube app and stop using YouTube Go. Because I do like comments. I do like scrolling through comments while I like react to a video or like, but it doesn't always apply to everything. And it will be fine. It will be freaking fine. Another reason why I decided to have content addiction is rather than screen, like my mobile screen time is ridiculously high. It's probably going to be like 19 hours a day. But the thing is, other things that they'll be like, don't use your phone, go read a book. I read books on my fucking phone. Like, I have EPUB readers. I read web novels. I read comics. So like, I think that's one of the main reasons why I wasn't, because I'm definitely not social media addicted. I'm content addicted, because I don't like the pseudo interaction as is social media. I just like the information that is being spread or the amusement that is being spread, and that you can get from books, comics, manga, everything. So like my screen time is very deceptive. But like, I just realized I have an insane amount of, like, even this podcast is considered screen on time. But that's because like even collab, I literally use cargo on collab on my phone because I'm too lazy to sit at a desk. Like, who does that? Oh, that's a lot of blood on my leg. Like, I don't even know how blood from my teeth got on my leg. That's weird. Okay, it's not weird. I literally was picking at my teeth with the needle because plaque from yesteryears. I don't know. I just decided to do that. So like, this week is going to be Daria's aggressive attempt to create, and I'm going to add more gigs to my stuff. So I first have to figure out how to do Excel dashboards, create samples of Excel dashboards using various data. Like, I also look for stuff that I can sell. Then I'm going to learn web scraping. Like, I literally have to learn web scraping. Like, it's very important for me to learn web scraping. It's very, very important for me to learn web scraping and data gathering, and I feel like that's the reason I cannot wait to resume in a data analytics role, because it's one thing to have interest. Your interest can only take you so far. I need an end goal in mind. I need tasks to complete. I need direction. I don't know. I think that's one thing that's killing my entrepreneurial spirit in that sense. Like, I want to have side hustles that will grow, but I need to like have a main hustle. So like, plans for a side hustle is like obviously to sell prescription medication. It's like not prescription, like prescription level skincare, like azelaic acid, 20% tretinoin, all this stuff, like the good stuff, the good stuff that'll get everything like done on time. So where was I? I was talking about the desire for creation, which is, I can't believe I'm going like the complete 20 something minutes. So I'm going to cut it here, like then go to another section, because next is going to be talking about the desire for creation. Then if there's a third question, I'll be talking about the content I've been consuming that I need to stop consuming. Oh yeah, and I literally read an article just now that I literally want to take let's go on to the next segment. Okay, this is shameful and this is beyond shameful. See me coming back to record this stuff after taking like a whole content consumption break of about 2 hours. But consumption, I was jumping in between mangas and web novels, and I think the main problem is that I don't even think the quality of my YouTube consumption is great, but like my web novels and my manga, I don't think I'm consuming good quality manga. I'm not even good to fucking night. So if there's that a problem. So like I started looking at like what is the best thing for it to be like, okay, let's create rather than consume. And obviously the common thing was to go on a Google search and find out the best ways. Okay, I'm looking at this one called 9 Tactics to Ensure to Help You Create More, Consume Less. So there was like making it difficult to do the easy thing, which is consuming, which I've already done. I've deleted my Instagram. I have restricted because I can't delete YouTube. It's a, what they call that thing again? It's a system app. I've restricted the expensive YouTube. The YouTube Go that uses a lot less data is not, how do I put it? It's not very intuitive. It's quite ugly looking, but it encourages me to just scroll down without ever watching anything with the way the bars are structured, because I have to go through 2 steps, and it shows me the exact amount of data I'm going to spend with each option. So it's like I'm just not willing to do it. It doesn't just play. It's not just smoothly. I know like YouTube Shorts list showing under, which is perfect. And if I were to go back to like my Instagram content creation, but like I'm looking for a way. I want to go, because I've already said everything I need to say. Don't bleach, wash your face. Talking about that, I'm not even preaching what I practice. My skin is basically very clear. It has been perfect for like 2 weeks, and I fucked it up by not washing my pillowcases and not putting on satin scarf. So basically my hair product has given me forehead acne again. I have like 3 cystic acne spots, which is weird. But like, fuck, my skin is very clear. It's just that I'm lazy, and I know exactly what caused the acne, so I know I can get rid of everything and have smooth skin again in 1 week. But like, I'm basically not practicing what I'm preaching. So I have made it difficult for me to consume everything except manga and novels. Yeah, the stuff because I'm more worried about me being unable to afford the stuff that I like and using more data, because every time I buy 24 gig data, I'm always like, I'm going to use it on Coursera, I'm going to use it on like Collab, I'm going to use it on Kaggle, and I don't end up doing those things, and I'm just like, what did I not use my data to do? I found out what I use my data to do, and I'm going to have more data left over to do things, to create, and that includes like more data for like updating. I know I've started my challenge of this 19 gig is 19 gig and 19 gig only I'm going to use this month. I know it's crazy. Yesterday I literally used 2 gig just yesterday, and I'm ashamed of myself. So like, I'm doing that. I'm going to have to, because a lot of the things I want to create, I just need to post it. I don't need to be there online. Collab doesn't use that much data, even though I'll be using my phone as a hotspot to my laptop. Then novel writing, like said last week, about like the various novels, that last week with the horrible, I don't know, when I have interesting topics to talk about, that's when the audio will be trash. That last week I was talking about like writing 3 different novels. The first, like not writing, like the one I'm actually going to write, that was like the latest idea, and the third one. The first idea was like from my university, and I tried to like straighten out the kinks about what they call it, the kinks about like why I no longer want it to be a YA novel and all this kind of stuff. Like, if you have like a super awesome speaker that can make my voice distinct, I would recommend you listen to it, because it was very fun. I wasted an hour of convo. Then then what else? What do you call it again? The other one was the one about the Space Odyssey. It was supposed to be like a relator meets a vampire, a warrior princess, and I didn't want anything to be romantic. I wanted him to be asexual, and I wanted her to be like a lesbian, whatever. Then I wanted them to go on a space adventure. Then obviously everybody in the YA novel, no longer YA novel, is set in Nigeria. Y'all have to be compulsorily straight. Then then the third one was about like an adult woman. Like basically how I imagine myself if I haven't failed in quotes, like if I'm not starving at the age of 35. Like so she's like self-insertion kind of, but she's wealthy, she's rich, she has bought a citizenship in another country, but she lives in Nigeria. She wants to travel, like she has traveled, but like right now she's like going on a meaningless journey. Like that's literally what I tattooed the novel on my laptop, a meaningless journey, and I've literally written one paragraph in 1 week, and I'm ashamed of myself. Then the other stuff I said I was going to do, I don't even remember, and I'm not willing to go through the stress to look at that podcast again. I know this personal code of conduct is basically getting to the point that they are disappointing you every week. But I did like almost finish the TensorFlow fundamentals, and I did all the quizzes and everything. Then I fucking gave up when my code wasn't working, and I was like, I think it's mainly really because as like my pursuit of data analysis, I've decided I don't give two shits about TensorFlow and callbacks and computer vision. I want to do more data processing, and I want to do more data processing and more contextual data, and especially like my new role is going to be as related to dealing with like data of the finance industry. So it's like I want to be gingered towards that. I want to make my portfolio prettier, and I know, and I don't want to disrupt what I've already done. Like I know I could have a prettier portfolio, like with my picture and everything. I just need to be serious about setting up this website. But I don't know whether I should use another account, because you can only create one. Okay, I don't know if I should use another account, but I want to use like the same website space for like GitHub stuff. There has to be a way to like seriously customize GitHub, like make the banner my picture, all this kind of stuff. Because I'm too lazy to I'm too lazy to modify HTML templates. At least if I found the HTML templates like before I followed Kenji's suggestion, which is the same template I've been using forever. If I followed Kenji's suggestion, I would have, if I'd gotten an HTML template before I followed and deployed it before I followed Kenji's suggestion, I would have really preferred, like it would have made so much more sense, like it would have been so much prettier. Then again, I'll probably have to continue like whatever he has done. I keep moving my face away from this stuff, and I'm like, I wonder how the audio is so trash. Whatever, and this one is basically talking about me creating content, and it went all the way down from me making it difficult to do the easy thing, which is consuming, which I've done. Now next is making it easier to do the difficult thing, which is creating. So not last podcast I was complaining that I literally, it didn't take 2 minutes. I went to go and find my Wattpad account, and I read a couple of old ones, and I'm like, maybe this is what I'll do next week. Is my frame of mind the same way as like it used to be when I was younger? Because younger as in 2020 or even 2019, I would probably look at like the old stuff that I've written. Like for example, stuff that I wrote in 2015 sounds so irritatingly cheery. Jesus fucking Christ, it sounds so, what's the word? So optimistic, it's disgusting. But like I feel like 2019 me, 2020 me, it's similar to me in that sense, but they didn't do what they said they wanted to do, and I'm like, Dario, you're fucking 23, like you're already like 6 years to 30, you might as well like do shit. I don't know, for some reason I think of 30 as getting to one scary terminal age, and I live with a freaking if somebody who's going to be 30 this weekend and somebody who's like way past 30, but like I somehow feel 30 is the end of the world. Like if I haven't gotten my shit together by 30, like what am I even doing? But like I know it's not that, because I know a lot of 30-year-olds, and they're very honest that like there's still like more than enough time, especially if you haven't jumped the gun. So it's in quotes, like if you haven't had children while you hadn't settled down, like if you hadn't had children and and you're in your 30s, then like there's still like enough time to get yourself in order and all this kind of stuff. But if you've had children, I don't know, like, but then again, if you've had children, there's still time to get yourself in order and to not like die a miserable death at hating yourself at, I don't know, 40. So it's like, but like for somebody in their 20s who still hasn't like, who reads so much manga, watches so much YouTube, to actually have like more than like, and is actually trying to put themselves out there and form like real friendships. Like I have real friendships, but like putting effort into friendship. But like I know weird, awkward people who don't fucking talk to each other. Like, we're all weird like that. So it's like putting effort. Like maybe I'll be the grown-up one and be like, guys, we're old, we have to talk to each other regularly. I don't know. But like I think when we all stop being poor, we'll all be friends again. Because we'll all be able to go out on weekends and decide like, this is what I want to do with this person, this is how I want to hang out and all this stuff. So like I've found my Wattpad. I've already like literally going through my old Wattpad. I already have stuff I'm going to talk about next week, because I literally want to read through like but is this going to like, because if you know my Wattpad, you know my GitHub, then if you know my GitHub, you know my real name, and I'm like, is this the whole thing about being anonymous? I'm probably not anonymous, and that's one thing that freaks me out. I worry I'll say very dumb shit on the internet and my future employers will see it and I'll lose my job, or my current employers, and it freaks me the fuck out. And I'm like, oh my god, no. Then next thing, like, so my plan for creation obviously is to continue with that novel that I literally written only a paragraph. But then again, a lot of my maladaptive daydreams come like specific scenes that I replay over and over and over. And somebody was like, you can't just be waiting on motivation, just fucking write like up to like freaking 20,000 words, then read it and edit it. Like you will write bullshit. Like your first attempt will be total arrant, complete and incredible bullshit. I'm going to edit it 5 times before it's barely readable. And I realized that makes sense. That makes fucking sense. And I'm getting back into technical writing. And I'm thinking there's a market for like, because I'm looking at like freelance stuff like till I resume. Because like it's a large organization and they're like, they have to get things in place before all of us resume, blah 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 blah. So it's like freelance. I'm looking at like, because I spend too much money on shit, like, and a lot of my skincare supplies are starting to go down. Not that I'm being responsible with skincare anyway, but like my skin is thriving. Ignore the giant 360. I was the one that caused it. So it was like, it's just making it easier to create. So getting on my laptop, I think I'm going to start putting on notes. Like, yes, leave the Word document alone. We're going to dictate, but the notes is not long enough. I'll probably have to get Microsoft's Word, or like try and see if I can dictate on the laptop. I should be able to dictate on the laptop. It's a new age laptop, and again, I have to go and sell my old laptop. I need money, man. What else? We have so like I've made it easier for creation. I've gotten a desk, gotten everything. So I need to decide on a project, like a proper financial, because like I need to know what kind of stuff I'll be doing in my new organization. Decide on a project, then like do an extensive project, so I can feel like, yeah, motivation con, like this makes sense. Like I'm thinking of an NLP project or a prediction model. It's an investment bank, so I'll be looking at. There you'll be telling your life on the internet, and you probably not getting, because they'll be like blah 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 blah, no more space. Don't be daft. Whatever, you're too lazy to edit. Edit this out, unless like you are talking with somebody and they specifically request for you to edit stuff out, and you're like, I have to, because I'm not a trash human. So fuck now, these people are now starting their wedding party. What is this? Okay, it's not wedding party, it's like a birthday party. So I have to like move away from that, like from the windows, so that like their current story of their life is not going to affect what I'm recording. So talking about content creation, I've talked about the 2 data analytics projects I'm hoping to like add to my portfolio, because I need to revise pandas. Like I'm terrified of becoming that freaking Stack Overflow software engineer. then I'm going to try and focus more into management consulting, technical writing. But like article creation is so much stress. But I will definitely try to do, like, especially for my projects, to do more technical writing, do more imaging and whatever. Because girl needs money in dollars. I know it's possible, but I'm lazy. And that's the one thing that I need to stop consuming content. Like, other than the data stuff, I need to stop consuming content and start creating content that will provide me money. And it's not like, because I've had this whole like vibe of how, oh, like everybody wants to create blah blah blah, and they try to say consumers are shitty and whatever. No, it's like, you need money, guy. You need fucking money. Oh god, I literally have a list of stuff I'm going to buy from Buy Better. Like, the moment I'm no longer broke. But like, ignore that. Money is literally my only motivation for shit. That yo. But like, creation also keeps me alive. Like, I don't know whether I should be gingered enough to take my camera and take pictures of people, because people are just fucking cool. Like, the way like Lagosians dress, oh god. Like obviously, like, especially on the weekends, like if I were to just like go downstairs and take pictures of people doing O and Bears, I just like, we're just like the fucking coolest. And I'm just like, if I could now draw that, like see somebody I think looks really cool, then make them Afrofuturistic and Afro-fantasy, it'd be so cool. God. And then again, I think I want to go back to reading more like Yoruba mythos and mythical creatures and stuff. That's the thing. I consume content that is awesome, but I hardly ever create. And another thing is, I know my learning style. So me, all this whole learning to draw, blah blah blah, that's why it has to be digital. I know I'm saying, oh, it has to be digital for blah blah blah. I don't want, like, I felt validated when because as much as I say I have maladaptive daydreaming, I cannot say I can see what I desire clearly. Like, I can see it in bits, but like it's very blurry. My imagination is not the brightest, even though I'm so like obsessed with it. So like, I felt very validated when I watched this video of this artist. Like, she has complete aphantasia. She cannot imagine anything. I doubt if I don't know. It's probably one of those things that Diane wants to feel special. I have a problem, but like, I know I can imagine shit, but like the image doesn't stay. Do you get? So it's like, my way of drawing is always to use a reference, like to copy bits and elements to create something cool and different. Do you get? Something cool and different. I'm like, yeah, I want to start up, but then again, I couldn't even download on Instagram anyway. So like, I think of trying to get back into DeviantArt, get a bunch of prints to download from, or getting images of people, draw body lines, like just like copy stuff. Because there's so much fashion, so much drapery, so much dressing, drawing of clothes. Like, I like text. In every way I study, I love references. I like finding patterns and something that is easily replicatable. I know that it might appear that this situation is not creative, but when you find yourself combining several already established patterns, you have something very different, something immediately useful, rather than like, in quotes, runaway creativity that is just dreaming and expressing yourself. Like, I like patterns, and I like to draw from reality and add fantasy to it. So that is my own concept of creation. Then there's also writing. I need to get back into technical writing, like user manuals, whatever. But then again, I need samples, I need whatever, I need article writing samples. Fuck. Dayo. Stop reading manga. Be serious. Pair positive reinforcement. I don't want that, because I can only think of what is the positive thing that I can give myself as a reward for creating. I don't know, maybe food, which is not responsible at all. I need to go and wash that bedroom and toilet. I know this is just random. So there's that. Pair positive reinforcement. Allow yourself to get stuck. Yes, I literally tried to think and brainstorm my way out of that stupid TensorFlow callback, why it wasn't fucking working, and why after like 10 epochs it started behaving like, man, I'm just irritated. Like, literally, when I now added, I'm just irritated. TensorFlow can go and fuck itself, baby. It's not like that you're literally going to go back to TensorFlow for NLP, because I really like contextual data, and I want to use like a lot more cargo and collab for like contextual data. And I realized I won't have to download stuff because that data is already available on cargo. Love y'all. And I could have been working for Harmony. I could have, but I'm not. So yeah. So where I am. Allow yourself to get stuck, blah blah blah. Create a distraction-free phone. I've gotten rid of the Infinity Pool apps. No, in my current state of like looking for different options and looking for more schools and just trying not to put my eggs in one basket in case this basket might decide to dump itself over a bridge. I need to put this in closer to my mouth, but it's probably going to sound like even shittier, even though like dump itself over a bridge. I cannot get rid of my email accounts. Keep a journal instead. That's the thing. It's like my mind is very erratic in the sense that like my thoughts happen in flashes and my body responds. So in that sense, I need to even like work on my legs today. Okay, I was supposed to do like leg day today. When I'm alone in the house, I'll probably do that. Like afternoon workouts nowadays. I don't know. I've been working on more in the afternoons than like 5 a.m. And like 5 a.m. working out has always made me more productive. But like, baba, I'm just always kept like a good portion of acne away, in the sense that ginger to wash your face in the morning. Like even though like I have very little acne because of like minimal stress and all this stuff. Fuck airplanes as usual. And this I'm going to leave the shitty audio in. Did I not learn my lessons? This is all I'm doing about. This is my plan for content creation. Fuck. Wow. It's funny how I had 2 back-to-back interesting podcasts, like recordings with shitty audio, and the one that is now like passable audio, the content is just daft. But whatever. The next thing I'm talking about is the content I've been consuming. That's the next what's the word? Next section. I think it's going to be short. This is already going for long. So, what content have I been consuming? I need to put my mouth closer to this phone. I've already gotten used to the headphones, and they're like my Bluetooth mic, and it's like, no, I've done something stupid to it, and I feel so ashamed, and I feel like, but I need to even glue it together, like, but then again, I feel like I'll fuck it up if I use glue, and I just feel intense shame at my stupidity. So what content have I been consuming? Whose page was I on even when I broke those stupid headphones? Yeah, I was trying to form... I don't even want to talk about it. It's just shameful. What I've been consuming? Let me use my YouTube because my guy...